What's up guys, it's Thy Slay Gaming, the best gamer in the whole wide world, and right now we're going to be raiding Call of Duty, but the side modes. And let me tell you, most of the side modes are usually zombies, and I thought it would be a good idea to rate them in a tier list. And you know what? I'm the greatest gamer of all time, so maybe you guys want to hear my opinion, of course, because of how awesome I am and how much I play Call of Duty. Alright? So let's just get right into it. Starting off with Call of Duty World at War. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This game right here was such a good game. Alright, when it started off, this was actually my introduction to Call of Duty Zombies. I loved it. It was fun. You know, the maps weren't, super big and expanded and all this little funky stuff like we have going on now today. But Call of Duty World at War sits at a nice place in my heart. In my heart, folks, it sits in a nice place. Let me tell you right now, it sits there. But you know what? I cannot be biased. Cannot. Unfortunately, I really cannot. Call of Duty World at War at B tier. I gotta put it there. Have to. Sorry. Now let's move on to Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Now this is where I actually stood up. Hours and hours. I literally stood up so long playing Black Ops 1. So this also holds a special place in my heart. But the maps were even better. The maps were honestly really creative. And not only that, you also had the Chronicles DLC where you actually got to play World at War maps. Kinda making World at War obsolete. But Black Ops 1 is good. And it really is good. The gameplay, the guns, everything. Playing it was amazing. I love Call of the Dead. Gonna get a hallelujah for Call of the Dead, my man. So Black Ops 1 is gonna have to be sitting at A tier. Now we're moving on to Black Ops 2. Boy, oh boy. Now I am gonna be making a video on this because I need to. This Black Ops 2 Zombies needs to be made into a video of its own. Okay? Now keep in mind, I'm only reviewing the zombies, okay? The side modes. Okay? Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people are gonna really hate me here. I think Black Ops 2 Zombies was probably the worst one out of all of them. We're looking at Transit, one of the worst maps of all time. Even though it was very creative, it was one of the worst maps. Not only that, we had one of the worst wonder weapons of all time. Then when we got into Die Rise, we got one of the worst perks of all time. This is really, really bad. Now, I know a lot of people in the comment section are going to be talking about, well, Thy Slay Gaming, even though you're the best gamer of all time and you look so attractive, they did have Mob of the Dead and Origins. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Now keep in mind, a lot of people don't take this into account, but you had to pay for those DLCs. You had to pay for them. It was also, it was good, but like those, I'm not saying those maps were bad. Mob of the Dead honestly was a great map. Origins, oh my god, Origins was good as well. But are we really going to overlook Transit? Are we really going to overlook Die Rise? And Buried, I know a lot of people like Buried, but Buried was very mixed. For me, at least. Very mixed. So Black Ops 2 is okay, in my opinion. It was okay. It's alright. That's why I'm going to put it in C tier. I think Black Ops 2 just was more on the multiplayer side. Black Ops 3, oh boy, oh boy. Now, Black Ops 3 was such a great, and I'm talking about right now, folks, such a great game for zombies. Well, we got Chronicles 2 coming out for Black Ops 3, and it was great. I mean, it was absolutely redonkulous. A bunch of maps that you can play, a bunch of content you can play, and I also said this as well. I loved the Gobblegum system because there was something to grind for. There was something to grind for in Black Ops 3, okay? before we got into Cold War with all the camos and all that lovely attachments and stuff, and it was being treated like multiplayer, Black Ops 3 was still being treated like zombies. Shadows of Evil was a beautiful map, a great map with some good, unique mechanics. We had the Giant coming in, and that was also really, really good. You had Golrod Crovey, which is really good. Even the worst map in Black Ops 3 was still pretty good. And the worst map I'm referring to is actually Zetsubo no Shima, which was still a pretty good map, and you can still go back to and actually play it, and then you still might have fun from it. There is just so many things in Black Ops 3 that was really good. It hit all the marks, and I think Black Ops 3 was this prime when it came down to zombies, while compared to other Call of Duties now, where they're struggling to even hit that mark now, all because they changed the formula, which I never understood. Like, for multiplayer, yeah, I can understand. Maybe try it, because they're two different communities you need to really talk about here. They're two different communities. Multiplayer, maybe they're talking about maybe they need to change it, change the movement, maybe change the gunplay, whatever the case may be, change that stuff. Zombies, hey man, we're over here saying, look dude, just keep it the same, man. We love it. If anything, expand upon it. That's what we're saying. Hey, just expand upon it. If we love Black Ops 3, just expand upon it, right? Just make more perks, just make like more awesome maps. Like, that's just it, right? I was always looking forward to a more creative map, and I was hoping Black Ops 3 would do it, but it's okay, they didn't do it. Where they actually split the players up. So let's say if there's 4 players and they split 2 to 2, just like Verrückt, I think that would be a great map, and they had to work their way to actually collide and combine together. But I'm getting off track here, but Black Ops 3 was a great zombies experience, and I always recommend it as the first zombies experience that anybody should play, because it also had the custom zombies as well. But we're not going to be talking about the custom zombies, even though I know that's also great as well. There's just so many things about Black Ops 3 that was so good. So we're going to move that to the S tier. Black Ops 4 was pretty good. Alright, it had some big issues. And I'm not, even as much as I loved it, it had some issues. Black Ops 4 is when they changed the formula. They changed the progression system. So, I talk about it so much. The progression system you should not mess with that. When you spawn in the game and you're spawning with a pistol and you work your way to get better and better, that is what makes me fall in love in COD Zombies, and I think that's what makes a lot of people fall in love with COD Zombies. If you remove that format where you spawn in now and you actually have already 200 HP, like there's no Juggernog, there's no like traditional perks, you have these other perks, it makes you go like, why change it? The maps though in Black Ops 4 was really good. I truly think they were actually, like, in my opinion, they were all good. I think they were all good as well. The Voyage of Despair was probably the weakest link. I did like Blood of the Dead. I know a lot of people didn't like Blood of the Dead, but I actually enjoyed it. 5 was pretty good. A lot of these maps were very memorable, okay? That's what I'm saying. So, it was just the mechanics that I absolutely didn't like. Why did they change it? I do not know. I have no idea. What was wrong with just starting out with a pistol and not doing that? They changed it where now you have loadouts and you can spawn in with a stronger weapon, and then your elixirs are also with you. And not only that, you also spawn in with a wonder weapon pretty much, like your special weapon. It's just, why? Doesn't make any sense. Gamer G or Thy Slay Gaming is really confused with this. So there's no reason to actually fix that. But that kind of leads to this. Where does Black Ops 4 really sit at? And I'll tell you where it sits at. I kind of sit it at B tier. It's not bad. You get your money's worth, in my opinion. And I might change it up the more I look into it, because it's either B or C. Alright? So it's kind of that. It's a very interesting. I'm going to move it to C. I'm going to move it above Black Ops 2. Because I really do think Black Ops 2 Zombies was just a really bad experience. Alright, so let's move on to Call of Duty Cold War. Yes. Oh, boys, oh boys. When people started to change it up drastically, buckaroo. I mean change it up drastically. I'm talking about they now, when you spawn in with the machine gun, a shotgun, you spawn in with all these weapons, these loadouts, and it defeats the whole purpose of getting the mystery box now, let me tell you that. And they had a whole skill tree thing, which I didn't make any sense to me, because why are you going to have an upgrade system but not do anything with it? It's kind of silly to me with that as well. Like, that one didn't make any sense. Cold War is just, it's really, really interesting because I like it. I like the whole camo system. I like grinding for camos. I like that. That's actually pretty cool. I like that the Easter eggs are a little bit more easier to understand as well, which I didn't even talk about that in most of these Call of Duty Zombies, which is that the Easter eggs are very easy to understand. You mostly don't have to look up a guide, which I talked about in another video, which you guys can go watch as well. It's good. It has a lot of pros, and I can understand why Cold War built a different type of community, a different type of fan base. Like, I can understand that, but I can also not understand what was wrong with the Black Ops 3 era. What was wrong with that? Why change it again? Why not just go back to Black Ops 3 era? Like, because of Black Ops 4 failure, wasn't because of like, oh man, it didn't work again. No, you guys changed the mechanics, so go back to the roots of it, okay? Cold War sits at a very interesting spot to me, because for the first time, well, arguably Black Ops 2 also had that too, which is they had a different game mode, which is the grief game mode, and they also had turn. Both of them weren't really that great, but Cold War had a game mode that is really good, honestly, and a lot of people actually build a community around that too, which was Outbreak. So Cold War kind of made zombies open world, and that was actually kind of fun. That was kind of cool too. So it makes it tough to where to rank it, because it's actually not that bad of a game. It really isn't. So I might rank it, to be honest with you, I might rank it behind Black Ops 1. I even went back to go play Cold War in a live stream pretty recently, and that game still is pretty good. Like, I enjoy it. I really do. It's not bad, but it does make me go like, well, you know, I guess that time back then is over with, and I have to, you know, get on with the new stuff. But it makes me wish, though, that we can go back, making comparisons between the two, but maybe that's just me. Call of Duty World War II. Well, Call of Duty World War II was not made by Treyarch. It was made by a different set of people, and zombies in that game mode was, you know, in that mode was really interesting. They were going a more route of scary and horror and actually make it more terrifying. They made the Easter eggs much more easier and linear, where they told you where to go, which is something that I enjoyed. I never understood why people said that Call of Duty Zombies Easter eggs, that's what made the game mode actually, you know, valuable. No, I disagree with that 100%. I don't know who texted me, but I disagree with that 100%, because who texted me? Alright, as I was saying, so Call of Duty World War II Zombies, it was made by a different group of people, and I actually enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as Treyarch. So where I rank it is gonna, I had to kind of, you know, not be biased, right? So zombies, for it, they were trying to go into a much more scarier route, and they made Easter eggs much more linear. The thing that I find really interesting is that people say that that's what makes the game mode special, right? It's because it's such a secret thing, right? No, that's not what makes it special. It's not what makes it special. What makes it special is the unique, like, first-person shooter with zombies, and you get to play with your friends, and you get to actually build up higher rounds. The storyline was just hit around. It was kind of a special thing, but now they made the storyline the forefront, right? Which is now, it's not really an Easter egg. Now you need to tell the story to us, because the story is interesting. And plus, why put so much work into the story with cutscenes, dialogue, voice actors, everything, if you're just going to tuck it away? And also, it's better just to share it out anyways, because we're just going to go on YouTube and just look up the guides too. I know Black Ops 6 is going to have like 2 game modes, which is the the guided mode. So Black Ops 2 is going to have 2 game modes, which is going to have the guided mode and then the one that's not guided mode. I actually enjoyed that, but they're saying that they're going to not give the guided mode rewards, right? That makes no sense now to me. Now you lost me, because what, you're just gonna have us go on YouTube then and just go look it up? Because that's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna go look up on YouTube and do the Easter egg steps by, you know, someone else telling me what to do. And not only that, you shouldn't actually divide the rewards on that. What you should instead to do is actually make the Easter egg harder, right? Not as in stepwise, like finding it and what to do and where to go, but no, but actually make it harder, where maybe you have to fight like a boss or 2. Maybe you have to do some escort missions where you have to do that. You have to do these type of steps to actually build up the rounds, which might make it more interesting and more engaging, instead of actually like, well, we're gonna hide it, so there we go. You're gonna have to do that. So if you do the guided mode, you're lame. It's like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna go to Mr. Darlick JD. He's gonna tell me what to do now, so I can get that extra reward now that you're hiding away for no freaking reason. So cool. I now can go look up that. Boom. Because you know what? I don't like the Easter egg steps, you know, in these Call of Duty Zombies games. The Easter egg steps are kind of really confusing and sometimes make no sense. Keep in mind, I love Call of Duty Zombies, right? But this makes no sense for every last one of them, right? Well, except for World at War. World at War didn't have any Easter egg steps. So World War II, when telling you these steps and everything, and they worded it as a con, which is like, you wouldn't believe it, but they actually figured out the Easter egg after an hour. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, so that's actually the storyline now. They put effort and time into the cutscene, just try to share it out, okay? So where does that lead World War II? Well, that leads World War II, to be honest with you, it leads actually to the B tier, but it doesn't lead to past World at War. Kind of just in the back. And the only reason why it doesn't go in front of World at War is because of this. World at War is honestly just, it holds a special place in my heart, okay? So you're not going to change that. Call of Duty Ghosts. The main reason why I titled it the best side modes, because Call of Duty Ghosts did something interesting. They did aliens, and I didn't think it was bad. I really don't. I did not think it was bad. I thought it was fun, and it's kind of interesting because, like, I want to review it so much and talk so much about it, but unfortunately I didn't spend so much time with it. But I wanted to add it here is because of this simple fact. Call of Duty Ghosts is actually giving me this opportunity to rant about this. I think it's perfectly okay to actually make a whole other side mode so you people don't get burned out in zombies, right? There is a time and place where I get burnt out in zombies, where I actually skip Vanguard. That's why you guys don't see Vanguard here. That's why you guys don't see Modern Warfare 3 in here. That's why you guys don't see Modern Warfare 2 in here, is because I actually skip those Call of Duty games because zombies to me were just getting burnt out, right? Call of Duty Ghosts actually took the risk to make a different game mode, which is like, hey dude, let's just do aliens, right? Let's do that and let's see, that's be fun. And I didn't think it was bad. I think people had very high expectations where they were like, okay, well, this is not zombies, therefore I don't like it. And if you actually look at it in a different lens, it wasn't really that bad, right? So that's why I'm actually going to rank it at B. Now, I wish I could talk more about it. Like, I want to talk more about the storyline. I want to talk more about that. And the only reason why I rank it as B is mainly because I like the gameplay. I like the whole new creativity of it. I like actually exploring the map, and I liked all that lovely stuff. I thought it was fun playing with my friends and doing that. I thought it was a unique idea that could have been so much more, but unfortunately it wasn't. Maybe I might be being a little bit too nice to Call of Duty Ghosts with its side game mode with aliens, but I just feel like it'd be fun to have, like, every year. If you're gonna do Call of Duty every year should be a different side mode, so that way it'd be like, oh wow, I'm excited because aliens is coming out, or I'm excited because these zombies, you know, are coming out, all those lovely stuff. So there you go. All right, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I think Call of Duty Infinite Warfare got way too much hate for the zombies portion of it. Because once again, people are really grow attached to Treyarch, and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was a great game. It was good. We're talking about like it knew what it wanted to be, which was a fun game mode. And I think that was awesome. It knew exactly who their audience was, right? And they just wanted to just make a fun game mode. And what's wrong with that, right? What is wrong with trying to make the best fun game mode? Unfortunately, it got so much hate. But what's ironic though, if Call of Duty Infinite Warfare came out around this time right now, it probably would be very well loved, because of the simple fact is that it actually still has those old mechanics that I was talking about with the previous Call of Duties, which is you're spawning with the pistol, you have to find ways to get stronger, you have to get this power, you have to do all this stuff, and then it felt like still OG Call of Duty Zombies. So if Call of Duty Infinite Warfare actually came out around this time, I think it wouldn't be received so negatively. So that being said, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is going to be put in a tier list like this. It's going to be put right in front of, actually, you know what? I'm actually going to put it in A. I actually am. But I'm going to put it in the back of A. And the only reason why is because I really don't think it was that bad. I really don't. I thought it was really fun. It had the mystery box, well, the mystery wheel, right? It had those tarot cards. That was fun. And each map they didn't seem bad. It just didn't seem bad. It just seemed like, it didn't seem like, hey, we're going to try to compete with Treyarch. It was more like, look, we're doing our own thing, brother. We're doing our own thing. And I kind of respect it. Alright, Scare Ritual. So I made a video about Scare Ritual, rivaling Call of Duty Zombies. And let me tell you, even though there are only 5 people, I believe, making this game, I still think Scare Ritual needs to be mentioned here. And the only reason why I'm mentioning here is because this actually does fit in the whole side modes type of thing. And I know Scare Ritual is the whole thing is zombies, right? The whole thing is, well, it's not zombies, they're called the quiet ones, but the whole thing is basically zombies, right? From here. And I felt like I wanted to rank it because I think it kind of can go here now. It can kind of go here. It has, I'm in the full belief if it talks like a duck, walks like a duck, then it probably is a duck, right? So Scare Ritual is pretty much Call of Duty Zombies, right? So I feel like I should rank it. So where I'm going to rank it is going to be, I'm not going to try to be, like, I like it. I like the whole thing. I like the miracles. I think the miracles are cool. Like, every time you spawn in a game, you can actually build a whole different build where you can actually have so many cool builds. And that's fun to me. You can also, like, they're adding new weapons, they're adding maps, and all these maps there's tons of maps, and they're free maps. You don't have to pay the DLCs compared to all of these ones. And the game is actually relatively cheap. You can actually get the game for, like, I think $25. It goes on sale very frequently too. Keep in mind, dude, they did not sponsor me or at all or anything. I just want to say that, especially where I'm gonna rank it too. So, it goes on sale very frequently, for $17, right? So all that being said, right, I would say the animations in Scare Ritual are really not great. I don't think, I think it took a bit just to add the basic perk of, like, quick revive. It also has that same skill tree from Cold War, which I don't get why. What's the purpose of that? I don't get it. So it's still a game that I really like. It really is. It's a game that I like a lot. And I'm gonna actually rank it, to be honest with you. I might rank it. Oh man, that's a tough one. Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm actually gonna rank Scare Ritual behind Call of Duty World at War. I think it's in that same era, which is basically, it's starting out. It could be something so much more, maybe like a year or two down the line, right? It can have, like, maybe a lot more maps, or maybe Scare Ritual 2 would be coming out and it'd be even better. The graphics might be even better, and the gameplay and all that type of stuff. So it just seems like it's just starting out, but it does need to be mentioned here. So that's why I'm actually going to put it in the B tier, and I'm going to put it right behind World at War. And they're honestly on the same wavelength, in my opinion. I really do think that they're on the same wavelength. Honestly, I would even put it kind of maybe in front of World at War. They're on the same wavelength. So yeah, guys, that's my tier list. Feel free to comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about this tier list. I know I'm going to get a lot of haters right now with the Black Ops 2. but that is just my opinion. Try to keep it civil. Try to tell me why you guys think that way, why you guys think this way. Just pretty much telling me your guys' opinions. So yeah, Slay Gaming signing out.